We live in a far more totalitarian society than most of us accept, than most of us even realise. People on Twitter can take offence at what you say if you say a metaphor and they don't interpret it as a metaphor. If you say you want to politically destroy someone, they can interpret it as an act of violence or a threat, and then they can mass report you. They can report to other people. They can communicate with each other and mass report you and dox you. And then Twitter takes one look at it and suspends you. That's what's happened to me. So, brilliant. You know, I said something should be, after the Tucker Carlson debacle, after the disgusting terrorism of Antifa outside of Tucker Carlson's house and the things they were saying, and the fact that the children could have run out and got, what, kidnapped? Were they safe? Was there a guarantee of their safety? I don't think so. I don't think there's a safety of anyone with these Antifa involved, because Antifa needs to be clamped down on. Trump should have already categorised them as terrorists. They are, that's what they're doing, look at them. Dress in black and cover your faces because you don't want people to know what you're doing, and you're also ashamed of what you're doing. You don't want your face to be associated with it. Well, Antifa should be ashamed of themselves, because what they're doing is fascism. They claim to be anti-fascists, and all the stupid celebrities that fall for labels go, oh, they're anti-fascists, how could you oppose them? Sacha Baron Cohen, for example, thinking he's being so clever. Idiot. Hope he gets sued. Oh, he is being sued. I hope the case is successful. I was making a point about people like Ed Krasenstein and William Legate and Hope Not Hate and anti-racist groups that basically dox people and harass people and report other people and work with the media all day long. They give away people's addresses so that Antifa, which are all allowed on Twitter, all the Antifa accounts are allowed on Twitter. They're terrorists and they're allowed to organise on Twitter. Just like Sharia, everyone's allowed to organise on Twitter. It's just the right that gets shadow banned. Just the patriots, just the nationalists. Not the globalists, not the terrorists. And did you think that people wouldn't notice this disproportionate targeting? Did you think we were going to think it was just fair and say, oh well, share and share alike, or blah blah blah? Now it's annoying because people are getting disproportionately targeted on the right. They get censored, and whenever someone on the left says something out of place, the right automatically go, no, they should be punished. Well, no one should be punished for any speech violations. There shouldn't be such a thing as hate speech. Hate speech was used to take InfoWars down. It was used to... And then PayPal suddenly, you know, Soros buys shares in PayPal. Suddenly they take InfoWars off PayPal so you can't use it. They can't use an account. And now Tommy Robinson's lost his PayPal account and all access to all his money. It's complete fascism. That is fascism. Why is it people think that Trump or Brexit's fascism? The resistance to fascism is fascism. Because they're idiots. They don't realise that there's this censorship and totalitarian society, which brings me on to what I actually said on Twitter. I basically said, I hope Trump politically destroys, I said decimates, I hope he politically decimates these doxers and harassers, because they are the terrorists and they need to be stopped, and at the moment they're just allowed free reign to do whatever they want. I hope he politically stops them. How is that a threat of violence? But I was mass reported. Didn't make a threat, never been a violent person, mass reported, want there to be legal political action. But spiteful leftists don't consider nuance. Spiteful leftists go around looking for people that they can misinterpret context and things, you know, because context doesn't matter. We were told in the case of Count Dankula. And if context doesn't matter, then what you say is criminal no matter what context it's in. Question time last night, Diane Abbott committed 3 hate crimes. Oh, but she's allowed to, right? She's allowed to say that on Question Time. We wouldn't be able to. That's how much privilege she has, and she wants to censor our speech because she gets abused because she's ugly. That's why she doesn't even like pretty women. She expresses disdain for them whenever she sees them. Slim, pretty women. Skimpy clothing, etc. Yeah, get rid of it. Obviously, she sides with Sadiq on that. Completely, of course she does. She sides with women being covered up because she's ugly. No one wants to look at her. And so with that, it's turned her into a bitter, hateful person, and she wants to stop people talking to her because they only insult her and hurt her feelings. And that's a liberal position. That's what a liberal party, like Labour Party, supposedly liberal, that's what they do. They want to censor speech. They want to bring in mass immigration and not let anyone be able to talk to each other. Brilliant. Shadow banning, obviously known about on Twitter, known about throughout all the different apps, but, you know, until recently it wasn't happening to me on YouTube. Now I've noticed a notable drop in views that my videos are getting on YouTube, and the fact that I had 4 views and 8 likes at one point. So 8 people have seen the video and liked it, but then only 4 people have visited it. Right. So I'm not allowed to gain traction, because it's an unfair system. And we're operating in their sphere, so they can do whatever they want to us, because we're using their sphere privately, they're publicly, they're voluntarily, whatever. We don't have to use their platform, is my point. Except they do monopolise the market and shut down everyone else, so we kind of have to, don't we? I mean, look at what happened to Gab. Look at it. All right, it's back now, but look how much they're under attack. You know, they're going to use all the different countries to attack them, all the DDoS attacks, etc. around the world, because it's a big scam. Every time there's a DDoS attack, it's an organised false flag to bring in more security measures. Do you realise that? We've been living a lie and we've got psychopaths in charge. And we've got a psychopathic society now that's basically at civil war. That's why they're mass reporting everyone. They want to just destroy people. One side wants to destroy the other. I don't want to destroy anyone. I want to restore the peace. And to restore the peace, you have to get rid of the doxers and the harassers and ban Antifa and all the rest of it. That is not a threat. That is not a threat of violence, saying that I hope Trump politically decimates them. That is ridiculous to call that a threat. Why would Twitter side with them? And what recourse do I have? It's unfair, but we live in an unfair society now. I've just had to accept that. I've just had to accept it. Brilliant, isn't it?